Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Cali. Hope everyone's doing well this afternoon. It's cold and rainy here today. Feels like November. I've got the heat on and I'm bundled up and I'm sitting in front of my sink again because it's the best lighting when on a gloomy day. So I hope you guys are doing good. And I just thought I'd bring you an update and let you know what I've been doing this week. Since the last time I talked to you a few days ago, but busy. Let's see. I'm glad to hear Kelly and her family's doing okay. So hang in there, Cal. It's going to be all right. You got angels and love all around you, darling. So, blessings and love going out to you guys. And it's so cool to see everybody rally here in the YouTube crafting community, with all the love that's been pouring out for her and her family. So that's good to know. And, what else? I told you we were going to go to a baseball game last week. That got rained out, so the best laid plans of mice and men, right? We'll try again to reschedule that. I have no idea when baseball season's over, but I think we got a little bit of time for the big leagues anyway. So I had to bring my car into the shop. I drive a 2006 Mitsubishi Eclipse, which is a real sports car. And I got that car in 2007, the beginning of 2007, and it had 10,000 miles on it at the time that I bought it. And it's like a indigo blue. It's really pretty. I love my car. And my youngest daughter I blame her entirely for my decision to buy it. But anyway, that being said, the car, knock wood, has been a blessing to me for all of these years. And, I keep up on general maintenance, but it's never have, and again, I shouldn't put this out into the universe, but I haven't had a lot of problems with it at all. So last week, I noticed that I started sounding like a real race car, vroom, vroom. And it seems that my muffler separated from the pipe that the muffler's attached to, and I had to bring it in to our local shop, and one of the guys who works there is also an auction friend. Shout out to Jimmy. And he took a look at it and welded it right up, and I'm back on the road. So that was really cool. And I love this community that I'm living in now, and seeing how everyone's kind of interconnected here, and it really feels like family. And that's the thing about small towns. I think the town I'm living in probably has less than 1,000 people living in it. Honestly, I'm not sure of the census numbers, but I've been here for about a year and a half now, and I've lived in this county throughout my life, going on 20 years at various points, but this town in particular in this area is really wonderful, so loving that. And also this week I told you I was going to have lunch with my friend, the High Priestess, who I read about in the book, and there she was, and we've reconnected again. But it's funny, she had to reschedule. She told me only a witch would reschedule because their astrologer tells them it's not good to drive far this week. So we had to reschedule for that. And, excuse me, there's a fly buzzing around in here. He got in through the screen. So we rescheduled that for next week. And, absolutely, that's fine. But also this week, a dear friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while and who I used to do music with a lot, Jeff Enton. Hi, Jeffy. He came over this week for lunch, and it was really great to connect with him, and I miss that. I miss going out and doing live music, and really, I would do open mic nights with Jeff a lot, and maybe for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years we did that. So I have a few videos here on my YouTube channel. My very first videos on the channel, I want to say 2008. There's probably 4 of them of doing various gigs with Jeff and friends, and Bob and Zelko and stuff. So anyway, it was really good to see him, and he's doing well, and he always inspires me and makes me feel good, makes me feel like tuning up my guitar again. And oh my God, you guys, I never listen to the radio anymore. I'm always listening to Pandora, so I'm probably really late on the wagon. But this week, that song, I don't even know who does it. Big Town, Small Big Town, somebody with a town. Girl Crush. Love that song. Oh my goodness. It's kind of country-ish, but I love it. The first time I heard it, I was like, oh my God. I've been playing it over and over again. So if you guys haven't heard that song, I posted it on my Facebook page today just because I'm loving it. So what else? I have art to show you. I have auction stuff to show you guys because I did go to the auction last night. My plans this week, I'm going to be hanging out with Patty. Hi, Patty. And we're going to make, it's been all over Pinterest for a couple of years now, I think. You know those bird baths that you make out of broken CDs or DVDs? I actually did a tray last year, and I posted pictures recently. I'm liking how Facebook has a memories feature now, where they show you like what you did a year ago today, and you could post it. So that tray that I had done a year ago came up the other day, and I reposted the picture. But basically, I broke up, I think I used DVDs, but I don't think it matters. And I glued them to the bottom of the tray, and I didn't grout it like they do with the bird bath on Pinterest. They use a terracotta plant tray and glue them down and then grout it, and then I don't know if they coat it, but I coated mine with resin. But anyway, we're going to do those again. So I'm going to go over to Patty's on Monday, and we're going to talk about that and get together for a girls' night. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also have a Skype date. I'm so excited. I'm going to meet Rita Marie face-to-face on Skype this week, and I'm just, I get all excited just thinking about it. So if you haven't checked out Rita Marie, I can't say it enough. I keep talking about her, but she's an amazing artist here. I've given her a million shout-outs. Check her out. I just recently finished her No Boundaries workshop, and she has a Facebook group on Facebook for people who have taken the workshop, or I guess people who are Rita Marie fans in general. But she has a workshop where there's a download of a girl that she drew, as well as some balloons, and there's meaning behind the whole workshop. And so if you haven't checked it out, I strongly encourage you to not only download the templates, but go through the whole workshop and check it out and put your own spin on it. And it's been really cool to see different people doing their different spins on it. And I've made some new friends through that. So thank you, Rita. Thank you, new friends. So that's going to be exciting. So I look forward to Skyping with you, sister. I can't wait. And what else? Next week we are going to, I told you I love to go see local theater. So Tom and I believe Sylvia, my dear friend Sylvia, are going to see at the Forestburg Playhouse is doing Young Frankenstein. So that is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. But I've never seen it live. I've never seen a theater rendition. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a dinner theater. So we can go and have some dinner, and we're going to check out some live theater. And if you guys have never checked out your local theater, check it out. Google it. If you don't know where things, I'm sure there's something nearby where you are. No matter where you are, hopefully. So I will let you know how that goes. And without further ado, I am going to, what should I do, auction or art? You know what? I'm going to do art first, just because it's closer to me. I'll start with a few things. All right. You know what? I'm going to show you some things that I had showed you in the past that I was going to redo, and I did. I had showed you in a previous auction haul, and I'm sorry I don't have a before picture, but I did show you what they look like before. These musical notes were mirrored, and they were very circa 1970, Staying Alive, Bee Gees. But in the transport of them, the mirror got cracked, and so I had told Tom, I got these for Tom. He has a music studio, and he also does music repair, guitar repair, and amp repair, so these will fit good right in the studio. Someday I'm going to ask him if he'll mind if I give you guys a tour over there. I don't think he'll mind, but he might. I'm going to ask him. But anyway, they'll look good over there. So I was going to put clay on them, and they're kind of like a corkish composite. I think it is cork. But anyway, I decided not to. I don't have a lot of clay in general, but I just thought, let me paint these up and see how they look. So I did. I just put a couple coats of black acrylic on them, and they already have hooks on the back. So these are going to be ready to hang in the studio, and I'll give these to him later on today. So that was nice to kind of check off the to-do list. That was great. And then I had talked about, I have a couple things that are still in the works yet that I haven't finished, but this might inspire you for something. I had gotten a bunch of frames to frame some of my art prints. And I've always wanted to make a scrying mirror for divination. And if you don't know what scrying is, S-C-R-Y-I-N-G, look it up on Google. But it's a means of divination. It's kind of like looking into a crystal ball. It's a way to focus and meditate. But I don't have a scrying mirror, and I've always wanted one. So what I did, and I've made two now. Oh, that's a cool reflection in my mirror. I've made two now, but this was just a simple frame from the Dollar Tree, and I took the glass out and I put about 3 coats of acrylic paint behind the glass, not on the front here, but underneath. And I also painted the back side of this cardboard just in case I missed a spot or something. And I took some tin foil and I crumpled up the tin foil, and I kind of, it's all smudgy. My fingerprints are all over it. Crumpled it up and I glued it on the edges here. And then I took my favorite black acrylic paint and just kind of dabbed that around and then wiped it off so it got stuck in the ridges, which I love to do with everything lately, it seems. And so this is one that I have, and my plan for this is, and I haven't touched it since I've done this, obviously, but I do want to take some polymer clay and add to it, like maybe just some swirls and put some crystals in, or leaves and vines or something. I've definitely pulled out the polymer clay this week, and I'll show you in a minute. And shout out to Lynn from Lynn's Crafts, and also Sarah from My Serenity Crafts. You girls always inspire me with your polymer clay. One thing with this, the first coat that I put down of the black acrylic paint, as it was drying, I looked at it and I thought that it had a hair in it. I thought one of my hairs got stuck in the paint. So I went to lift it up, and it was not my hair. It was just the paint drying. So what I wound up doing was pulling off, it reminded me of Secret Soto with her acrylic skins that she makes, because it just came up. I peeled it up in one sheet. So glass is wonderful for making acrylic skins, Secret, if you're wondering, but that was not my intention. So I had to redo it, and I let it dry thoroughly. This is like day 4 now, I think. I let it dry thoroughly, and I think I put 3 coats on this. But while I was inspired, my original thought, I wasn't really crazy about the rectangular shape of it. I wanted more of an oval shape, and always at the auction, there's never a night that goes by that there's not a gazillion frames up for sale. Super cheap. I can always get them, so that's not a problem. But I had thought about maybe modeling something out of paper mache, or there's so many options, so many things, so little time, right? So there's plans for that. But in the meantime, something else that I had showed you a week or so ago, not really sure, was a shadow box that I had gotten, another shadow box. And I showed you guys in my house tour that I have one on the wall here in the kitchen with my rubber stamps displayed on it. Well, this had a glass front to it that latched, and I removed it because I'm not a fan of glass covered cabinets, because I just want to make this. And my plan for this, I may paint this and do the distress technique like I did on my potion cabinet, or I may paper these with different pieces of graphic paper, but I may not. I'm not a scrapbook girl, and I'm not a huge fan of measuring and cutting, even though I have a rotary cutter and a cutting mat, and I have an X-Acto knife, and I can fussy cut with the best of them, but it's just not my favorite thing to do, and there are a lot of these. But I told you, I'm learning patience here on my journey, and that might be another project for me to embark on that I can spend some time with and not rush through. But anyway, so that being said, and I thought I'm going to use this as a crystal display. I may have seen someone else here. Was it you, Danu? Or somebody on YouTube? I may have seen them use one of these as a display for their crystals. So I thought I want to do that too. So I think that's what I'm going to use this for, but you never know. But anyway, I told you about the glass top for that, right? Well, I was eyeing it, and as I took it off, I thought, I like the shape of that for a scrying mirror. So, what did I do? I took it, and again, this is the top to that shadow box. And see, now you can see through this. I only did one coat of paint on this, and if I turn it, you can kind of see some spots that I've missed. This was a little harder than I thought to cover. And again, it takes 3 to 4 coats, I want to say, thick coats of acrylic paint, and definitely let it dry thoroughly in between. But this one I'm really liking, and this I also may embellish. I'm pretty sure I will be embellishing, but it doesn't have a hanging mechanism on the back because, again, it was a door. But I will find, I'm going to just put some wire and like picture hanging kind of thing on that. So stay tuned for that. And I'll save the best for last. My journal this week, again, the month of June has not been my month for journals. And in the past, since I started these in December, I've finished every page of every journal that I've started. And not so this month. I could tell you already, what is it, the 28th already? There's no way. And I'm okay with that. It just shows me that I've been busy with other things. But I showed you my Sunglass Girl. I showed you my Rita Marie. This was my Rita Marie. You guys saw this already. My No Boundaries girl. Again, check her out. And then the only other thing I did, I think I mentioned to you guys, and I'm not finished with this yet. I want to do a border, and I want to add more to it. I think I'm going to put in the elephant's trunks. I may put, you know, in Horton Hears a Who, how Horton's holding the dandelion. I kind of thought that might look cute in the trunks, or hearts, or something, because. And let me just explain. This journal page was prompted by one of my friends here, Judith. Hi, Judith. Who I had mentioned last week that I watched a Netflix movie, An Apology to Elephants, and that it had made me cry. And I'm not a crier, and I'm not going to get all on a soapbox about animal rights and everything, but I defy anyone to watch that movie and not be touched by it. So I posted that on Facebook, and then Judith said to me, Cali, why don't you, that sounds like a journal prompt. Why don't you take that pain and do a journal page? So I did. So this is what I've come up with so far. And I love silhouette. And the more I do silhouettes, the more I love them. And I just used cardstock that Tom had given me. He had bought it. Tom and his ex-wife both homeschooled Nick, with their, I think it's so amazing and admirable, and oh my God, it's so awesome. And Nick is a genius. My stepson is a genius. Yes, he is. But anyway, segue. They had arts and crafts supplies around, and I got some black cardstock from him. And so this is the first time I used it, but I really like to do silhouette, and it's something that I'm finding that I'm okay at. So I Googled some pictures of elephants on Google Images, and I just freehand drew them out and cut them out with my X-Acto knife. So this actually is a mirror image of the same elephant, and just one has tusks and one doesn't. So anyway, I posted this on Facebook, and my youngest daughter, it's funny, you know you're doing your job as a parent if you can still continue to embarrass your kids. And I used to do fun stuff like when they were younger, like I would sing Beatles songs at the top of my lungs in ShopRite, or I think one time in Walmart, I tried on a big pair of granny panties, like these huge, ginormous granny panties, over my jeans, and like walked out in the aisle to my daughter, and she was mortified. Another time, my same youngest daughter, Danielle, I love you, she was working at Subway restaurant, like one of her first jobs, and I was driving over to say hello to her, and in the car on the radio was Doobie Brothers song, Black Water, And you know the chorus, oh black water, keep on running, Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining? I want to get that funky music, right? So I go inside Subway and I start singing that song at the top of my lungs. And a couple people online turn around and they're like, pretty mama gonna take, and they join me. Well, my daughter turned around, did not say a word to me, turned around and went into the back room of Subway. So again, that was a good segue, but I'm doing my job as a parent if I continue to embarrass my kids, and I guess I still do. You know, she tells me that I embarrass her all the time, but I only do it with love. So she told me when she saw this picture of the elephants that I spend entirely too much time inside looking at, because, you know, she knows I'm vegetarian and stuff, looking at those kind of movies, and I need to get out. And I love you, Danielle. I don't mean to embarrass you, honey bunny. But you know, even you say it now, your mom's right. You're going to say those words. And the older you get, the more you realize, like, I love my mother to death. My mother has been a huge source of inspiration to me my whole entire life. I love you, Mom. And more and more. I'm 50 years old now. And, you know, I thank my mother every day. And I say, she's right. And yes, you do turn into your mother, Danielle. So this is what you have to look forward to, because I'm turning into mine. And it's not all bad. I only have good intentions. So anyway, I thought that was funny. And the only other thing, excuse me, there's so much like pollen and allergies stuff going on. The only other thing I did that I haven't finished either is this canvas. And I'm loving it. And I don't really know where to go with it yet. I'm kind of tempted. I haven't pulled out my Crazy Island Family inspiration sticks in a while. Excuse me again. So I'm kind of tempted. I may do that on this week on a couple journal pages, but this is just a canvas, and I put some mixed matte medium down, and I put some Tim Holtz tissue paper down, and then I took my gelatos, and this was really one of the first times that I worked with my gelatos, and I played around with those, and then I took some white paint, acrylic paint on a toothbrush, and I spattered the heck out of this. And I'm not sure what I want to do next with it. So it will come to me. I'll just leave it out. I'm definitely going to do some kind of a border, or maybe I'll just do a word, or I really don't want to cover up the butterfly. I love it. But I feel like it's too simple to just leave it that way. It looks too good to have been that simple to do. But anyway, I really like that. So that's that. And the last thing I want to show you is the thing that I'm most excited about. And I want to make a few more. But every time I work with polymer clay, I get super psyched for it. I get really into it. I pull everything out. I mean, I was up until almost 1 o'clock in the morning last night when we got back from the auction, because I wanted to finish this particular project that I'm going to show you. But I want to do like 10 more. But I've put everything away for now because it becomes overwhelming to me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm such a perfectionist or whatever, but I've put my clay away for now. But let me show you guys, and I want to ask your advice on something too. So this was a bottle. I did not get this bottle from Bruce. This bottle originally came from an auction haul, and it was unique when I got it, and I don't think there was anything in it when I got it, but it basically, the shape of the bottle was unique to begin with. It was just cylindrical and then kind of like a triangle top. So I took that, and I have to say I was inspired by someone that I had seen on YouTube. I'm going to try to find the video. I cannot remember the person's name. If I find the video that inspired me, I will link it below. But this is my rendition of an altered bottle, Castle Fairy Gnome Home. And I'm kind of in love with it. Again, I don't have a before picture to show you guys. I tried to do some ivy on the side, and again, polymer clay is something that I'm just really now kind of getting into. I pick it up, I put it down. I pick it up, I put it down. Now, the question I wanted to ask you is about this little top here. This is a marble, and I thought it kind of looked magical, like it's a conservatory or skylight or just a magical top, right? So that's cool, right? But I don't know, should I have done it almost looks like a chimney, you know, and I thought maybe should I have done like another little triangle point on top, or is that just me overthinking things? So I left the marble because I love it, but what do you guys think? And I even tried to do some like turrets, you know, to make it look like a turret around the top with little windows back there. And this door, this is was from one of my auction necklaces, and this is just a gold bead. Again, it's all polymer clay. I did the little bricks by hand, you know, and I'm loving this. These little, it almost looks like snake skin, doesn't it? I guess I could, or dragon skin, right? I used a straw, you know, a plastic straw, the pointy end of a straw to do these little circles. And then this is, oh my God, I can't remember what they're called. The, Lynn, what are they called? The powders that you put on, the powders. Blank, gone. The mica powders, whatever they're called. Yeah, those. So, and then I put some chalk, actually, gray chalk. And then when this came out of the oven last night, I posted a couple pictures on Facebook. But since then, I did what I do with everything lately, and I took some black acrylic paint, and I watered it down, and I just brushed it all over everything, and then I wiped it off, and so it catches in all the little nooks and crannies, and I love that. That's like my favorite part. So that's that. And I want to do a few of these, but didn't that come out great, you guys? I'm really pleased with it. I don't normally sit around and pat myself on the back and everything, but this is going to be a piece that when I look at it every time, I'm going to be like, I love that. So thank you for everyone who's inspired me to do those things. And again, if I can find the video, it might be in my watch later list or something. I'm going to try to devote a little more time this year to learning how to edit, learning how, you know, learning the more technical ins and outs of YouTube. I appreciate Secret lately has been posting some like tip of the day things with a few like YouTube hints and stuff, and that's really helpful to me because I told you guys technology is not my forte at all. I'm very hesitant with it. I know what I know. It's not my thing per se, but I do want to learn. I want to learn more, so I'm going to do that this year. So I don't know why I'm saying that, but stay tuned for, you know, it'd be nice to like actually have an introduction on my videos. I watch Rita Marie, you know, and I'm like, wow, you know, I want to learn how to do that. And a lot of people too, just instead of an abrupt, hi, it's me, here you are. And I don't foresee a time that I'm ever going to be chopping up my videos and editing them and everything, but I do foresee a time. I have a tripod now. I told you, you know, baby steps, I'm getting there. I would like to do process videos and things like that. So I'm going to stop rambling because you guys, it's already 28 minutes and I haven't even showed you what I got at the auction yet. So let me be quiet and I'll jump right into that. We had a great time as always at the auction last night. It was pouring rain, and you know, shout out to Kat, shout out to Patty and Jonathan, shout out to David and Larry, everybody who we love, Jimmy, I said before. And be quiet, Cali. I'm in my wheelchair again, so I'm backing it up. One of the first things that I got, you guys know how much I love my spice jars and my spice cabinets. I don't use them for spices per se, but anything, you know, I'm a bottle girl. We all talk about our love of bottles here. So I got this, and I have not cleaned up anything yet. Whoop, falling down. I love this spice rack. This was $3. It's all wood. Drawer comes in and out. It's got however many tiers, 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers. And it didn't come with all of the bottles, obviously, but I have plenty of extra, never fear. So I'm loving it. And the only thing is, again, it's real estate here is, counter space definitely is gone, but I still have wall space available So I will find a place to hang or put that. I'll do like an updated cottage tour every year so you guys can kind of see how I'm living with all this art. I'm sitting on a pillow on my wheelchair, so I'm sliding around here, so please forgive me. Okay, so I got that, and then the next thing I'm going to show you, remember I told you in my disappointment video, the girl who bid on, we had the bidding war about the beads. Well, she kind of works there now showing things, and I should have paid attention to her cues. And Tom mentioned to me also, he's like, if she didn't want it, you shouldn't have, you know, and that's true. So next time I'll pay attention. But it's hard when you have someone who has your same taste. But this girl apparently makes, I don't know her, but she apparently makes jewelry as well. But anyway, you guys, I saw the boxes, right? And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I saw these boxes come up, and I was sitting in my chair already, right? So they're like way back here, but I just knew they were organizer boxes, and I saw, ooh, crafty stuff, right? So she looked at them. She was standing up front, and I saw her open up and then close it back up, and she, you know, held them up like she does. And she didn't want them. And I was like, ooh, you know, I gotta get them now, you know. $3, right? So I get these, and I'll show you what it is. The top box, which, you know what, even for $3, even just for the storage boxes alone, it's worth it. So I'm not disappointed, but I am going to pay attention to her cues in the future. There was a bag of these, which are like plastic, which is very cool. I will use these. I'll give you an example of one. I don't know. Can you see that good? They're kind of like burgundy colored. So those, and these are all not organized, obviously. These, which are like wood, I guess. So those, and then there are some carved ones in here, which I thought were kind of cool. Right? Meow, meow. So, zippity-doo-dah with that. And then, guys, I'm not, you know, I'm not complaining. $3, hello. So this box, which looks so magical and lovely, and I need your guys' help because I have no idea what to do with all of this. These are all buttons, but not buttons that you can sew with because they don't have any holes in them. They have a hole back here. So these are all different, and the only thing I can think of is to like glue them all over something. So I'll show you like this. There's all these colors, right? They look wonderful, but give me some ideas, you guys. Other than covering the surface with them, you know, like that would look cool up on a frame or something, or edging something, or even on a bottle, or as texture maybe, and I could paint over them. So, you know, again, what are you going to do? They're not, oh, this says bronze buttons. This is actually, that's kind of cool. So, what are you going to do? Again, the box alone is cool. I love these acrylic storage boxes, so I can't say I'm overly disappointed with that. I'm not thrilled with it. It's going to be a challenge. Maybe that will lead me to something I'm supposed to make that I don't even know about yet. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. What should I do with them? Let's see. Oh, here's another spice bottle. And I got, you know how much I love the cast iron there, right? And I don't know where they got all this stuff. Nor do I care. And I'm going to show you each piece one by one, and I think this came to $9. Okay. You know my love affair with crescent moons. These are all cast iron, you guys. All cast iron. Gorgeous. I got this and this, which I have a smaller one of these hanging right back there. Again, all cast iron. And this has a hook on it. Lots of hooks. I got those two for $3. Okay. 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 I told you, I've been drawing crescent moons for as far back as I can remember, and suns as well. And I know many people are fans. Okay, and then I got these two dragonflies, which, oh my god, you guys, right? Again, these are hooks. And here's a brown one. These, 1, 2. Oh god, I love them. And this, which is great, like for hanging plant. I have a macrame plant hanger or something like that. So one of these amazing wall hooks. These 3 also were, I think these were maybe 4. I'm not sure. I think all of this all together here came to $9. And then the last thing I got at the auction, sorry you guys, I saw bowls, I let bowls go, but one thing I really have a hard time letting go of is Pyrex. And I know you guys feel me, right? I love Pyrex. I love good glassware. And again, my cabinets are organized and neat. I have nothing overflowing anywhere. I give things away to my friends and family, but I have a hard time giving up good glassware. And again, 3 was the magic. They weren't going down to $1 last night, which was kind of a joke at the auction. Kenny, the guy who owns the auction, was saying no dollar tonight, so everything was $3, So I got all of this Pyrex that I'm about to show you for $3 total. Ready? Your standard baking dish, and this is probably my 3rd one, but I use these all the time. So I got this, putting them right in the sink, you guys. They're getting right washed as soon as we're done. I got this, which definitely needs some cleaning. It's seen some hard time. And that's fine. I got, and that, which is really great, has a lid. And, it's perfect for the microwave. And they're also perfect for, that's a little big, but I love glassware for the refrigerator. I use my ball canning jars, the glass ones, for storing leftovers in, or I love any kind of, I love glass ramekins too, I love glass. A glass baking pan. And the last thing I got is this one. A smaller, and I love these for reheating leftovers in the microwave. Anything. So all of that Pyrex for $3. So you guys, that is all I have for you today. I'm actually going to see my son Jonathan today. He's coming to help Tom fix his brakes on his car, and I think we're going to get some lunch, but I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm really happy about that. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I love you all madly. Shout out to everyone. We're almost at 500 subscribers. I'm like 8 people away or something, which blows my mind. So I will be doing another giveaway when I reach 500. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, magical, blessed week. And I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you.